Hey, this is Donja Knife and Tool. Today we're going to talk about TORX bits. T-O-R-X. TORX. This is actually a very decent set. Milwaukee. Who doesn't love Milwaukee, right? And this is your precision screwdriver TORX set. You have your T15, T10, T9. You have your T6, T7, T8 on that side. Quality tools, Milwaukee, of course. Goes for about $30 with the case. Really nice case, very stiff case, as a matter of fact. You got the swivel top, so you can do one-handed stuff. If you look around for Milwaukee sale, I believe I got these for under $15 brand new from an Ace Hardware during a certified Milwaukee sale. Alright, so these are a great option. I've used these. You can see the tips are a little scratched up, you know, but I haven't stripped any, and they're all still holding very well. No twists, no cracks, no nothing. And I've used them pretty hard. So this is a real good set I can recommend because I've used it and haven't broken one yet. And who doesn't love a really cool case? All right, so let's get caught up here because I've noticed a lot of people don't even get the difference between, let's say, for example, so you got a TORX and you got an Allen. They are both 6 points, but this is a 6-point star, and then an Allen is a 6-point bolt. Okay, you got ball end stuff on Allens. Okay. So Allens are squared off, and Allen keys come in metric and standard. Okay, and we're going to get real basic here, because I realize some people either get confused between these two fasteners or just don't know there is another option. Alright, so you can see there's many different forms. You know, you got this kind of stuff, you got foldable stuff, you got the stuff we just showed you, the TORX screwdriver set, precision screwdriver set. And, you know, if you're going to play with pocket knives, you're going to need TORX bits. Now this, I can highly recommend. Pittsburgh, the old Harbor Freight. Okay, comes with, now these are smaller than regular bits. Okay, and it comes with its own bit driver, and again it's got the spinny thing just like the Milwaukee's for one-handed operation where you can put pressure on it while still turning it. Alright, now this comes with tweezers for grabbing tiny screws, but in the TORX bits you have the smallest I've ever seen, which is the T4. I don't know if we're going to pick any of this up, guys, but we're going to try to show you. T4, T5, T6, T7, 8, 9, 10, and then it jumps to 15, and then it jumps to 20. Now, I don't believe I've ever seen 11, 12, 13, or 14, or 16, 17, 18, 19. I don't think they exist. And I've got a couple of decades of experience. I've never seen those before. This case also stands up, props up, while you're working, which I thought was kind of cool and neat too. So if you want to just stand it off, it's not doing it now, but I've used this set extensively. As a matter of fact, I took apart a laptop with that Phillips bit today. I've used just about almost from T7 through T10 on this aggressively, and you can see all the bits still look really, really nice. Now the best part of this whole kit, it comes with tons of bits you're probably never going to use. Look, there's some Allen bits right there. This whole kit is under $8 with the case and everything. And if you're a Harbor Freight nerd, like some of my friends, you will always find a coupon for whatever you need, and you will always get a bigger discount. Now, I wanted something that I could put a little more torque on, except these little screwdrivers. So I went out and got the Tecton. All right, Tecton is a good brand, a brand I like. I got some Tecton stuff at my day shop as well as my nighttime shop and my home shop. All right, these are about $26. Now these go from T6 to T30. All right, real nice looking stuff here. Nice rail. It's got a twist lock, so you just twist them and pull them right up. You're not fighting with these. You just lock them back in, twist and pull, put them back on. Now, the issue I have, and it's going to be real hard to see this, is the tip of this one is a little twisted. This is the T9. All right. It was on, I believe, a Gerber knife. So I don't know if you're ever going to see this on this camera, but it's a little bit twisted. Now, it was a lot more twisted when I was undoing the fastener. I noticed it was twisting. I reversed my mechanism and I twisted it back to almost straighten it back out. Now, it doesn't mean these are bad. All right, it just means it's a soft steel. Now, when you're a tool maker or a knife maker, you're trying to use the best possible steel that you can use. Now, if the steel is too hardened, these will snap off under too much torque. If it's too soft, they'll twist. All right, so it's hard to find, you know, I've broken a lot of these from every manufacturer on the planet probably by this point in my life. You're either going to snap them off, and if that's the case, sometimes, if you crack the tip off, you can file it flat again and still use the tool. That's a pro tip for you right there. You can definitely do it with Allen keys. When you snap off an Allen key, you can always grind it shorter and still have the same Allen key. Back to this. Now, usually, these will be used on, say, a 1/4-inch ratchet. Okay? And you can put a lot of torque on this with a 1/4-inch ratchet. All right? This happens to be a Mac tools, great stuff. But I didn't want to use that much torque. I actually used a little hand circular ratchet when I bent that bit. So you can put a lot more torque on it than you can with, say, a kit like this. But you're not going to get as much torque as if you're using a ratchet like this. All right, and again, it doesn't make the Tectons a bad. I've bent and twisted and snapped Torx bits from just about every manufacturer. I'm going to keep this kit because it's a nice kit, and just make sure you don't over torque, because we know it's got a softer steel. With that in mind, we know they're not going to snap. They're going to twist first, and you'll see the bit twisting, and you'll know to back off. All right, but excellent kit. You can also get a bigger kit. So this is more of a mechanic set. All right, this is the Icon, also from Harbor Freight. Kind of very similar to Snap-on stuff. All right, matter of fact, we're gonna put it on a Snap-on ratchet. I don't know if that's if that's against the law. But so you have from T55 down to T27, and then on this one you have T30. So this will be the match to that one. This will be the match to this one, and then you have T25 and down, which would be on your 1/4-inch stuff. So, and there are bits that go bigger into an even bigger. So you get your 1/4-inch and your 3/8 drive ratchets. So you see the size of the sockets there, and you see the difference. Okay, so each one goes onto each accordingly sized ratchet. So again, just keep in mind, the star shaped is not an Allen key. It's a 6-point star, is a TORX. T-O-R-X. All right. I think that's covered it for Torx bits. We'll get more in depth into Allen another time.